I was taking a walk one night during the rain. I was going past an ATM that caught my attention because it had like $100 bill sticking out. The light was like flickering, and there was some blood coming from the ATM. I had my suspicion about this, so I just stayed looking. And while I was looking, there was a homeless lady who was just standing there looking at the $100 bill along with the blood that was getting washed away by the rain. I was awfully tempted to take that $100 bill, but I figured that the homeless lady needed it more than what I did, simply because she was homeless, so I stood back and just let her take it. When she got close enough, to my surprise, the bottom of the ATM just opened and some arms reached in and pulled her in. She was screaming and muffling and asking for help and stuff like that. The next thing I know, blood comes out of the bottom of the ATM. I stood there in horror. And then the ATM started to spit out that same $100 bill. And then it started to spit out $300. Like the person inside was like trying to tempt me or so. I was gonna take it, but I decided not to. Instead, I went to the back of the woods and just stood there, watching what was going to happen. A few minutes later, a guy walks up to the ATM and tries to take the $300 that were out there. And he gets, how can I say, eaten alive by the ATM. The blood was getting washed off by the rain, so there was no evidences of what was going on. I was the only one who was seeing what was happening. After that, I called the police, and as the cops were arriving, the person who was pulling people into the ATM machine took off running. I chased after him and tried to get him to come over here, but he just kept on running. I assumed the guy was like some kind of sick maniac, some kind of serial killer. He was using the $100 bill as bait, so to say. That's like a sick way of spending his time away. The police never caught him, and I never got a good look at him. But I know he's still out there somewhere.